Are you going to move off the sofa? Are you going to move so Dad can sit down? Or is it just going to be me and you today? Huh? This way? No, this way. Off the sofa. Come on. If our video looks a little bit disjointed this week, with different cuts.
More disjointed than normal.
Yeah. That's because we've got Dexter leaping on and off the settee.
Yes, he's having fun. So we're just working round him.
Yeah, you may get some strange cuts.
Yeah. So bear with us.
Dobry den.
Zdravejte.
And welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
Almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas. No snow though.
No, we've had some very, very cold weather midweek.
Yeah, and we had frost that looked like snow on the trees. Yeah. Whether you were dried frost frozen on the trees, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah. But no snow, and it's warming up again, so no white Christmas for us.
It doesn't look like it, no.
Oh well. Any strange background noise you hear, that's just Dexter.
Yes, he's got a toy and he's throwing it around the room. Took quite a long time to get a clear sofa, didn't it?
It did, yes. But he's doing very well, so no need to worry, Ivan and Teresa.
Yeah, it's quite settled.
Yeah.
Even if the cats aren't.
Yeah. It's all about adjusting.
It is. Yeah, we started our week this week with a lovely trip out. We
did, yes. We went to visit some friends of ours.
Yeah, Paul and Jane from the Good Life Homestead.
And of course Blake.
And Blake, yes. And we had a lovely meal, lovely Christmas drinks.
Yeah.
Especially a special shout out for Paul's spiced apple, spiced apple drink, which was lovely with horseradish. Yeah. Never would have thought of it, but it worked really well.
Yeah, so thank you very much, guys. It was a really good day.
Yeah, we enjoyed ourselves. Thank you. So as you can see, we've been joined by Dexter.
Dexter's joined us, yes. Didn't want to be left out. Fair enough. So this week we had our last Bulgarian lesson of the year.
Yep, and we've finished now till March. We'll start again in March.
Yes, we've got work that we can be doing ourselves and trying to improve our skills, so that we'll carry on doing that. If there's any people wishing to learn Bulgarian, it's worth contacting the English club in Targovisti. Nelly will tell you when the dates are and take it from there.
Yeah, it's definitely helped us.
Yeah.
Just having somebody explain the rules to you.
Yeah.
or not.
Indeed. So on top of that, we've also been busy in the house trying to meet my Christmas deadline.
And we think we're going to do it.
We're not sure yet. Hello, Dex. But last week we had a bit of an issue when I was finishing the floor.
Yeah, your stones were too high.
And my beams were too low. So this is what I did. As I mentioned last week, I've hit a snag with the laying of the last couple of floorboards, and that's that these stones are higher than the beams in between them. Now I've thought about this, and the way I'm going to get around it is I'm going to channel into the bottom of the floorboard where the stones are. It's obviously not a high volume walk area right next to the wall there, so the slight loss in strength isn't going to be an issue. But if I channel out so that I leave bits for where the beams are and then gaps for where the stones are, it should sit on quite nicely and be level with the rest of the floor. Let's see how that works in practice. I first need to mark where the beams are on the bottom of the floorboard. It is going to be going up the edge here. That way I know where to trim and where to leave. I've decided I'm going to glue the two last floorboards together to give me one double width floorboard. This will make it easier to fit in the gap once it's prepared. I'm not trying to get in at a strange angle to get the last tongue and groove in place. So that's my next job, is to glue these together. While the glue's drying on the two floorboards I've just stuck together, I'm going to make myself a little template as a testing piece, just to make sure that I've got enough clearance to clear the stone. I'm going to do this with the chop saw here, or the miter saw, and I'm going to cut a series of grooves, and hopefully I'll be able to give myself a hollowed out section that will go over the bits where the rock is protruding. Looking at the kind of finishing we're getting underneath with all these lumpy bumpy bits, and also the curve of the blade at this end, which would need double cutting for each piece of wood, I've decided to try something different, and at Lynn's suggestion I'm using the router. So that shows the difference in finish between using the chop saw and using the router. So I think the key is set the depth of the router bit correctly, and that's the way to go. You can see that I've marked up the underside of the boards now, so that I know which bits to router out, how deep to router them out, so they'll fit over the stones and give me a level floor. The next part of the process is to router them out. I've set up guide pieces for the router so that I don't go too far up and down the length of the wood, so I know where I'm cutting. And on this side I've got a sacrificial piece of wood which will be a height guide, so the router's got something to sit on once it's cut the wood. And that's the result. We've got a little bit less taken off at this end because it didn't need it, and then we got more taken this side. The depth at which we've gone down to is approximately there, which will accommodate the rock that is in the way. So that should now lay flat and tie up with the rest of the floor. I now have my double width floorboard with the grooves cut in for the stones. I've taken some width off this end because this end is actually narrower than the far end in the room. I've obviously got a slightly off line where I've been laying them, so hopefully now this will fit. So let's go and find out. I've managed to fit the last two floorboards in place. You can see there's a bit trimmed off the end of the second one just to make it fit into the wall. That's not a problem. It's secured down, it fits, it's level with the rest of the floor. The next stage, start sanding. It's quite a long, messy job, but it needs to be done, and this bit I've done. It's nice and smooth. What I'm mainly doing is where the two boards meet, I'm just trying to get those even, so there's no little bumps and things that can catch your foot. It also gives it a nice surface to take the stain when we come to do that. In contrast, I haven't done these boards yet. You can see the little lips and bits and pieces where the boards aren't exactly level. It's not a smooth surface. So that's the finish we don't want. Once it's all sanded, I can stain it and we'll have a lovely floor. That's the floor now fully sanded. I've given it a brush and a bit of a clean up, and now it's ready for me to put the stain on the wood. That's the floor stained, it's had its first coat. We're debating putting a second coat on before we varnish, but that can happen between Christmas and New Year. Our priority now is to get in here before Christmas so we can have our Christmas dinner. We'll show you how we get on with that next week. So that's practically the difficult parts of the room done. We made the hole, we put the floor in.
We did.
It's now just a race against time to get everything else done so that we can have Christmas dinner in the dining room.
Which I think we're probably going to do.
Well, we'll let you know.
I'll keep you in suspense till next week's video for that one.
Yeah.
Lie down, Dex. Not on the bed. What are you doing up there? Get
Never
off.
work with children or animals.
Never, ever.
Never.
You want to be in the video as well?
Apparently, yes. Special guest appearance. Sit yourself down. That's it. If you sit down, you can stay. No, that's not quite what we had in mind.
Okay.
Okay.
You just want...
We'll try. So what else have we done this week?
We did our last minute bits of Christmas shopping.
Yes, picking up the last bits of food.
And we've ended up with a turkey.
We were going for a chicken, but the fresh chickens were all used by the 24th of December, which was a bit counterproductive for us. So next to them was a fresh turkey, about the right size for the three of us.
Yeah, only a small one. So.
Yeah, and used by the 26th of December, which we will. So yes, it's turkey for us this year.
And I think it was 27 left.
Yes, so that's about what, £13, £12. So not too bad at all.
Yeah, we were quite happy with that.
Yeah.
And it will feed us for 2 or 3 days, I think.
Quite easily, I think, yeah.
So that'll be our Christmas dinner, turkey.
It is.
So very traditional. So I think all that's left is for us to wish Merry Christmas to everybody. To our family, to our friends.
To our followers, both here in Bulgaria and all around the world. I've always wanted to say that.
And a special mention to everyone who had one of our pups this year. To Trevor and Elena, who had Benny.
To Ingo and Linda, who had Paula.
To Mina, who had Lily.
To Sarah, who had Fleur.
I hope they're all still doing well, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.
And to Ivan and Teresa, who had Dexta.
Yeah, but we've got him back now, so that doesn't count. But we hope you're having a good one in the UK.
I'm sure you are.
And a happy birthday to Kieran, our son-in-law.
Many happy returns.
So, as they say in Bulgaria,
Vesela Koleda.
Merry Christmas.
Have a really good time.
And we'll see you all next week.
Take care.
Stay safe.
Do skoro.
Do skoro.